Hey guys, so I'm going to be telling you about how I used a imaginary version of Robert Downey Jr. to help me with some of the things I was uncomfortable about, pushing my comfort zone and talking to a girl. So this is one of those things where, if you guys don't know who I am, for most of my life, I was deathly fearful and shy with women. I remember this black friend I had, and he literally had to I was like crying. There's this like one day where we went to this like Future Business Leaders of America conference, and for whatever reason they had like a dance night in like a mock nightclub thing, and I was literally holding on to the pole, crying because I guess I was just so fearful of rejection and so forth. And I'm here to go on and on about these sort of things about myself, but he was just like so chill. He was like, "Come on, do it. There's no problem. There's nothing will happen," and I was just crying. And finally, he pushed me, and he literally just like he went up to this girl and he was like, "This is my friend. What's your name? I'd like to introduce yourself." And I was literally just like so fearful. And then immediately afterwards, I started running and he held me there, and it was just like he was trying to hold me back. And so I had all these stories, and I'm still working through it. And it's very interesting because um, now that I think about that story, that girl was definitely not scared of me. She was pretty open to meeting me, and I was just like so scared of it. So that's the story. Now to Robert Downey Jr. So I got into learning and self-development and dating advice and so forth to get better, and I'm still working on it. I have a long ways to go, but I want to share with you something that may help some of you guys out. Whether you're a girl or the female girl or male or she male, I guess, whatever gender you are, this could be very helpful. I picked it up just naturally, I guess. But I didn't really incorporate it until I read about it in this book called Think and Grow Rich, which is about a completely different topic. I have the book here. It sold 15 million copies, and it's a book about achieving wealth. And one of the things in this book that he mentions is this whole visualization of role models in your life that you can't have in person, but can be there, and then you imagine them to almost as detailed as you can, to the point like where they're like speaking and like standing there. And he says, like in this book, Napoleon Hill says he did it with a bunch of characters, and they formed a committee that met weekly, and it helped him dramatically. And there's people on the cabinet like Thomas Edison, I believe, and Henry Ford, these imaginary characters. And again, it reminds me a lot of the Disney movie Ratatouille, where the rat has an imaginary chef that guides him to the success he wants in life, who's not really there, but is a figment of his imagination that helps him. Kind of like the movie Fight Club, with the split personality and the alter ego sort of helping him along. The thing though is, in this book, he mentions how it helped him a lot, but it got to a point where things got so intense where it was almost too lifelike. Even though he knew it was like fake and stuff, he was like seeing them like argue in front of each other because this guy was late and so forth. So I don't think you have to go that deep into it, but for that brief moment, I was just like very scared, and it was just like, why? And I guess it was just like she was very pretty, and I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. And it was clear that I had to walk up and approach, and it was like at the back of my mind, it's like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, it doesn't even, I don't really truly care if I make a fool of myself or get rejected or anything, but somehow my body was still like very much against it. And I failed like 3 times trying to do it. And on the third time, I just imagined Robert Downey Jr. there. And he's there with his suit and his sunglasses, kind of like the Tony Stark character he plays. And he's just like, dude, come on. And he literally just like pulls my hand, and he's just like literally just dragging me along. He's like, come on, just nothing will go wrong. Even if something goes wrong, who cares? like, even if something goes wrong, like, she's just a girl. Come on. Um, and you know, I'm visualizing that, and visualizing him with his like purple sunglasses there, just like helping me along, and I'm literally like, I can't, Robert, I can't. And he's like, come on, dude, she's not even that hot a girl. Come on, you can do it, dude. And lo and behold, somehow I managed to do it with Robert's help. And I think it's just a very interesting thing because I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just Robert, not the real Robert, but this imaginary Robert just there, you know, leaning like he does with that level of confidence, and just, you know, implying how, you know, he has this abundance of attractive women in his life, and it's just like he's that kind of guy who doesn't give a crap if he says something wrong or offends one woman. He's that sort of person who's just like, this is who I am, this is what I want. If I offend you, not a problem. This is what I believe. Boom. And it's tough to get to that. And obviously, it points to other things about what makes a man attractive, like being able to say what they want, not being approval seeking, pretty much saying whatever they want and not really regretting it, and not being bound to the approval of a girl, and all sorts of other stuff. And so I think it's very interesting. Maybe that'll help you. Maybe it won't. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys later. Peace.